Welcome to Optimal Timelines. My name is Sean, and this is going to be a special video on the shifting of the lunar nodes, which is going to take place July 12th through July 17th, depending on whether you follow the true node or the mean node. Now, what are the lunar nodes? If you follow my channel, you know that I use the lunar nodes in regards to my tarot reading. And the reason that they're important is because they have to do with our personal and collective evolution. Now, the lunar nodes are not a specific celestial body or bodies, but they are a hypothetical point in space. And where this point is it's where the sun's apparent path around the Earth intercepts with the moon's orbit around the Earth. Now, we learned in basic astronomy in school that the sun does not rotate around the Earth, but the Earth rotates around the sun. But from our perspective on Earth, the sun moves in a direction as the Earth is turning. So it seems like apparently that sun is actually orbiting us. So that path, when it intersects with the lunar path, is where the north and south node are created. They are extremely important in astrology, especially evolutionary astrology, because as I said, it has to do with our personal evolution and kind of what we're here to learn and experience. Now, every 18 and a half months or so, the lunar nodes are shifting. So we're shifting from Taurus North Node, South Node Scorpio to Aries North Node and South Node in Libra. So about every 18 and a half months they change. And then every 18 and a half years, the North Node goes back to our personal natal North-South node, roughly every 18 and a half years. And that's a period that's very important for us individually that share that same North Node, because it's kind of like a graduation test, if you will. So why are the lunar nodes important? Well, I already stated that it's because of our personal and collective evolution, but it's also about healing past karma and balancing the polarities within the collective and also in our personal lives. And so this balancing is able to help us to evolve as beings and as a species. So they're extremely important for us in this lifetime to kind of pay attention to. Now, one thing to keep in mind with the lunar nodes is there are no good or bad nodal positions. But what we tend to notice is that wherever the north node is, it's something that we're not totally familiar with in our life and we haven't mastered yet. And we're working toward that. And so it tends to reflect the more positive signs of whatever sign or house it's in. So, for example, there are no good or bad signs. So there is a negative polarity to, let's say, Aries, and there is a positive polarity to Aries, as all the signs as well as the houses. So as I said, the North Node tends to reflect the positive aspects. Now the South Node tends to reflect the more challenging or negative aspects of the sign or house it's in. So in this case, the South Node is moving from Scorpio into Libra, and the North Node into from Taurus into Aries. And so what we're seeing is this is a balancing of the energies and of the polarities. So as I said before, the North Node is what we're here to learn and master. The South Node is what we're here to balance and heal. Now, how will the North Node affect us individually? Well, it depends on where the North Node, that's the collective North Node, is in your personal chart. So in this case, where Aries is, what house Aries in, what other planets are there, and also the planetary ruler. So in this case, for Aries, it would be Mars, what house and sign Mars is for you. But we can generally say that, you know, on the whole, it's going to affect the various north nodes in some similar ways, okay? But individually, it's going to be based on your chart, the same thing with the south node. Now, what are some of the themes that could be going on the next 18 and a half months or so regarding the changing of the nodes? And we're going to look at the themes of Aries, north node, and the themes of a Libra, south node. So starting with Aries, north node, the positive aspects of Aries is courage, the ability to respect ourselves, to respect who we are, our boundaries, to have the courage to stand up for ourselves and for those that need protection and help. All of these really great qualities. I call it, the warrior energy. But what we're looking at when we look at, you could say Aries would be represented by the warrior and Libra would be the peacemaker. But when you combine them together, what the balancing is it's the peaceful warrior. Okay, so that's what we're looking to do. So yes, Aries and the planet Mars, it does rule, like war and assertion and aggression. It could be that, okay, those are some of the aspects of it. But in its highest form, it is all of those things like courage, proper use of the ego, self-respect, standing up for ourselves and others, as I said. So that's some of the themes that could come up for all of us and as a collective. Now, what about the Libra South Node? Well, as I said before, remember the South Node usually brings up the more negative sides of that sign wherever the South Node is. So we have themes of um, not standing up for ourselves, keeping the peace at all costs, allowing abuse to go on of all kinds, whether that be emotional, physical, mental, spiritual. So, just basically being the peacemaker at all costs. Some of the other things is a really important thing because remember, Aries in the first house rules the self, and Libra rules, and the seventh house rules the other. So you could say that the Libra South Node would be like sacrificing ourselves for the sake of others, giving up ourself for the sake of others. Now, that is proper and good sometimes, okay, because the beautiful side of Libra in its, highest form is selfless strength in giving, okay? But in its negative state, it could be, not standing up for what's right or, our own needs kind of a thing, putting our needs behind and others, sacrificing our needs for, the needs of others. So these are some of the things that could be, coming up in the themes. Now, as I said, it's going to affect each of us differently. But what I want to do today is I want to go through and I want to pull a card for each of the north nodes and kind of see what I'm getting, intuitively for each of the north nodes. Now, when I pull a tarot card, a lot of times what I do is it'll hit me intuitively, and I get like a kind of like a mini movie in my head. And this isn't exactly what's going to be for each of the north nodes for the full 18 months, but just one of the most important themes that's going to pop up, today for me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to connect to the energies. I'm going to start pulling cards for each of the nodal placements. I call upon my spirit guides and guardians and the wisdom of my ancestors to bring forth the information that's true and correct for all who see these readings, that it may bring them the most beautiful, happy life possible and set them on their most optimal future timeline. So may it be. Okay, so we're going to start off with Aries North Node or North Node in the first house. And I'm going to pick a card for you. Okay, we got the Nine of Wands reversed. Now, of course, the nodes are shifting into, this is your graduation test, okay? All you Aries North nodes or even North nodes in the first house. This is a graduation time for you. So this is a big time the next 18 months. Now, the Nine of Wands reversed. What I'm seeing here is that the big theme for you is going to be learning from your past and learning specifically from your past battles. You could see this person here has all the wands behind him. He's got a bandage on his head. Obviously, he's been through a lot. He's experienced a lot. And the question is he going to learn from those battles? Because we learn more from our challenging experiences in life than we do from the easy, fun experiences. Both are important for a full and happy life, obviously, but the challenges can be really, really set us on our path. And what I think here is that, what do wands signify? Okay, they signify the solar plexus, the will, the personal will, energy, creativity. Okay, that kind of inner fire. And this is a time for you, Aries North nodes. Remember, you're coming from Libra, is to really once and for all, like, take everything you've learned, no matter where you are in life on your path, no matter what age you are. Can you honestly look back and learn from what has happened and what you've experienced and start moving toward that peaceful, like, warrior energy? Okay. When you think of the peaceful warrior, and I said this on another video recently, when you think of the North Node in Aries, when I think of a peaceful warrior, I think of the mother energy. It's like the mother can be super kind and nurturing. And we're talking about not only, human mothers, but, all sorts of mothers, like, animals. Okay. It's like, we've all heard the saying, like, don't mess with the mama bear. You know what I mean? Like, so she's super kind and patient to her cubs and protects them. But also it's like, you don't want to mess with her and with the mama bear. Okay. Same thing with a really good human mother. Okay. So that's what you're learning to do. You're learning to, with your North Node in Aries, you're learning to embody that peaceful warrior energy. The key for you is thinking back on your past, not beating yourself up for your past, but learning from it and saying, like, you know what? I'm going to make the changes where I need to make changes, and having the courage to not only go forward in your North Node in Aries of the first house, but have the courage to look back on where it is you came from. Okay. So remember, also watch a video for your North Node by house. Okay. So thanks again. We'll see you on some more videos. Okay, North Node in Taurus. We're going to choose your card here. Okay, you got the reversed Ace of Wands here. What I'm picking up here is, remember, we just recently had your graduation test because the North Node, the collective North Node, was in Taurus and the South Node Scorpio. So what I'm seeing here is that there is something regarding energy for you. Okay, that the big thing for you is going to be regarding where you're putting your energy in your life, and whether you're able to take it away from certain aspects of your life and put it into other aspects. Okay, because this is telling me energy. So with your North Node in Taurus, what you're going to learn with this shift in the nodes to Aries and the South Node in Scorpio is you're learning to control that flow of energy. Like, and in your case, I feel it's almost like I'm getting intuitively, don't get sucked into things that drain your energy. Don't allow yourself, have the courage to step away. Sometimes, like if you're in a challenge or whatever, and you might want to get into something in a situation or with a person or people, know when to, it's not going to be beneficial to do so. If you're not getting this, if it's something that you need to do, obviously do, but this is what you're going to learn with this is the proper use of your personal flow of energy and when to put your energy out into what things and what situations, if that makes sense. Okay, so that's going to be one of the things that you're going to be working on. Again, with it's going to affect each person watching this that has a North Node in Taurus differently, but it's going to really affect you generally in this way too. I really see this theme for you North Nodes in Taurus. Okay, thanks for watching. Okay, North Node in Gemini, I'm going to choose your card now. Okay, you got the reversed Four of Pentacles. So what I'm seeing here for you North Nodes in Gemini and or the third house, I'm seeing that there is a letting go that is needing to happen with you, and what you're going to learn, and having the courage to let go of things. So what are you letting go? Well, you're letting go to closely held philosophies, closely held belief systems. And when I say belief systems, I mean, yes, the South Node in Sagittarius you have does rule like religion, philosophy, and education. But this is just basically kind of your philosophy of being, your life philosophy that you've developed up to this point. Okay. We're learning to let go of some of those closely held beliefs. Not all of them, but making room for that North Node in Gemini or the third house to be open to other ideas, to be open to other forms of communication with others, and learning from others, and in different situations. And so this change in the nodes is going to really, for most of you, that North Node in Aries is going to help you to embody and have the courage to kind of make the shift into new ways of being and thinking. Okay, if that makes sense. So yeah, thank you for watching. Okay, Cancer North Node or North Node in the fourth house. This is going to be your card for the nodal shift going into Aries and Libra. Okay, you got the Temperance card here. And what I'm seeing for you Cancer North Nodes is this period of time for the Aries collective North Node, it's getting you giving you a chance to change yourself internally, like almost like it's like an inner alchemy that I'm getting. And it has to do with, you're balancing with the cups here. This is alchemy, but you're balancing your heart energy with the energy of your Capricorn South Node, and having the courage to do so. So it's like in this case with this, what I'm really feeling with this card here is you have the angel here pouring one cup of liquid into the other. And I feel like what's going to happen is the courage that's coming to you is the courage to feel deeply, the courage to share your feelings, the courage to face your feelings and experience your feelings. And this is that inner alchemy that I see happening in you. And what's helping you also is the energy of the South Node in Libra, because Libra ruled by the planet Venus, and I feel like that is also energizing you because of the collective feeling this energy. Even though it is a south node energy, it's actually kind of energizing you and to open up your heart, because there's going to be, Venus and the heart is going to be a big theme for the next 18 months. And so this is going to be something that could really be like a game changer, for all of you. But think of everything to do with opening up the heart and becoming a a person who has strengths that they didn't know they had, coming from places that they didn't know that they could experience. Okay, and so this is going to be happening for you throughout the next 18 months, along with a lot of other things based on your personal chart. But yeah, a really transformative time. It's time for some inner alchemy for you, definitely. So thanks for watching. Okay, North Node in Leo or North Node in the 5th house. This is going to be your card for the nodal shift for the next 18 months. Okay, you got the Wheel of Fortune reversed. Now, what I'm seeing here for you, and remember, the Wheel of Fortune is one of the cards that's positive also in its reversed state. But what I'm seeing for you is, I feel like you're allowing yourself to kind of embrace more of that Leo North Node energy, or North Node energy in the 5th house. And I'm seeing this as it's almost like a literal change of fortunes. What's helping you is the North Node in Aries, Aries being a fire sign, is helping to activate that fire in you that comes naturally with your North Node. Okay, and so it's helping to that inner fire to kind of spark that. So what could that mean? That could mean increased creativity, increased courage to be yourself, increased courage to stand out, and also like go away from the shadows of the collective, which is your south node in Aquarius, or the 11th house. And it's interesting because it's similar energy, because we have our south node changing in the collective to Libra, which is about others, and about others as opposed to the self, right? And so this is what's helping you to embody that kind of Leo North Node energy, and Leo in the 5th house. Okay, and so I feel like there's this shifting that's going on, and it's energizing you. Like, it's almost like when I saw this wheel, it's like when this change, the way it's going to affect most of you North Nodes in Leo or the 5th house, it's like turning the dial on the oven hotter. Like you're really going to start to like go from like low heat to high heat, or even like turning the volume up, on a device. That's kind of what I see for you. So yeah, it's going to be very, very positive. The whole thing is that you need to take this energy and run with it, and realize that it's time for you, not to be in the shadows anymore, but for you to shine a little bit more and share your gifts with the world, and to discover. And I think that's what a lot of people might be watching this. A lot of times Leo North Nodes, or North Node in the 5th house, don't know what their gifts are. So this is also going to be a discovery period for some of you if you don't already know what your gifts are. Okay, so thanks for watching. Okay, North Node in Virgo. This is going to be your card for the nodal shift going into Aries, South Node in Libra for the next 18 months. Okay, Page of Wands reversed. What I'm seeing here for you is you really learning to focus in on your life and what's important. With your North Node in Virgo, you're learning to focus, in general, because you're coming from that South Node um, in Pisces, or the 12th house, which is this expansive view of the cosmos and your life. And you're learning to focus in because you see this person here focusing intently on this wand. And what this is, specifically, wands represent energy, and it's the energy of your focus is what you're learning. Okay, with this whole shift, is learning, where to refine what your thoughts are, where to focus your thoughts, where to place your energy, where to place emphasis in your life, all of those things. And this is like bringing a lot of the skills and gifts you have and bringing them into, physical being. But it's really what's happening for you is the ability to focus more during this period, and taking that energy and really helping your life with it. Okay, because focus is very, very powerful, for you in this lifetime. So yeah, take this energy, run with it. Learn to focus intently on your life and on situations, and watch yourself grow big time. Thanks for watching. Okay, North Node in Libra or North Node in the 7th house. This is going to be your card for the shifting of the nodes and to Aries and Libra. Okay, so we've got the 5 of Swords. Now remember, even though the North Node is going into Aries and the South Node's in Libra, you have the opposite. Your North Node's in Libra and your South Node's in Aries. Whenever you see the nodal polarities shift, it doesn't matter where the North or South Node is, if it's on that, axis or polarity, because it's going to affect the North Nodes and South Nodes the same. So as what I'm saying is that if the collective North Node's in Aries, it's going to affect your South Node in ways, and also your North Node. Okay. What I'm seeing here with this 5 of Swords is we are definitely looking at the ability to know when we need to go to battle and when not to, when to set boundaries, and when we can be more open. Okay. Now, remember, with your North Node in Libra and your South Node in Aries, this a lot of times could be, situations where, you've had relationships that have been very, very challenging. You might have experienced, most people that have the North Node in Libra have had like maybe lots of blowouts with people and situations throughout their life, family, friends, love relationships, work relationships. Okay. And I'm not going to lie to you. Okay. You are going to be just like anyone that has their North or South Node in either Aries or Libra is going to be challenged. This is the graduation time for these North and South nodes. Okay. And one of the things that could be challenging is, there could come up with situations in your life that is going to really test where you're at. For a lot of you, it's maybe choosing the higher path of peace. Because remember, Aries rules the warrior and the self, and Libra rules others and the collective. Okay. And the peaceful, peacemaker. Okay. So this is going to really challenge you, and you having the courage to be the peacemaker. One of the hardest things in life is to truly, like, not go to battle in life, whether it be like verbally, mentally, emotionally. Okay. To be able to say we're sorry, or to say we're wrong, or to, even if it's not accepted by the other person, it's very, very, very difficult. And so there's going to be the next 18 months, there's going to be situations that are going to require you to, you know, not feel like you're the winner, like you won a situation. Because when you have a South Node in Aries, like you like to kind of win at all costs. Okay, it's a time of, you know. But see, when you allow yourself to be the peacemaker, you are going to win. Okay, it is a win. Here's the great thing about the Aries Libra axis. What I've noticed over the years is when people go toward their North Node, whether it's in Libra or Aries, the rewards and blessings that the universe gives that nodal um, placement comes very quickly. And I don't know why it is. I've joked before it's because, like, you know, Aries likes things really fast and whatever. But I've noticed that it's like the rewards come very quickly, more so than other nodal placements. Okay. So what you'll do is when you have the strength to say, okay, like, I'm going to hold back. I'm not going to go to battle. I'm not going to get involved. I'm not going to fight, even though I feel like I want to, like you're going against your instincts. Okay. When you're able to take that higher path of the peacemaker, you're going to really start to see positives in your life. Okay. Trust me on that. It'll happen. Okay. So anyway, good luck with that. And we'll see you on some more videos. Thanks for watching. Okay, North Node in Scorpio or the 8th house. This is going to be your card for the nodal shift going into Aries and South Node in Libra. Okay, you got the Sun card. Okay, great card. What I'm seeing for you, you North Nodes in Libra or the 8th house, is I'm seeing a time for you of, like, graduation, in the sense that we just left the collective North Node being in Taurus and South Node in Scorpio. And what I'm seeing here is I'm seeing it's like a lot of you had a lot of positive learning experiences through the last 18 months. And what's going to be happening this next 18 months is, first and foremost, those of you that went through your graduation test of the North Node, South Node polarity being Taurus, Scorpio, I'm seeing you receiving those blessings now. But what's going to happen the next 18 months, regarding that, even if you maybe had challenges the last 18 months, I still think it's going to be a win, because things are going to start to become a lot more clear to you in the next 18 months. And that's going to be because of the directness and the truthfulness of the North Node being in Aries, and that South Node in Libra is kind of activating your South Node in Taurus, because Taurus and Libra are both ruled by Venus. Okay, so that's why I think this is almost, they're very, like, closely linked together, and I feel like this is going to be something that's going to be, depending on how well you did the last 18 months when the North Node was in Taurus, South Node Scorpio, how well you're going to get blessings. But I also feel like they're going to continue, and how what you want to do in like the next 18 months here is you want to take the energy of what you've learned and start applying it into your life. In this case, what we're doing is we're going to apply it to delving into the complexity of what it means to have a North Node in Scorpio or the 8th house, okay? To really dive in deep. And I feel like the South Node in Libra is going to help to activate the best parts of your South Node in Taurus. So yeah, it's a time of blessings for you, a lot of wins, and also a lot of, like, learning and illumination. Okay, so just be open to like seeing things in a new light, seeing your life in a new light, and not to be afraid to dive into the deep, nitty gritty of the complexity that life has to offer. Okay. And that North Node in Aries is going to help you with that courage. So anyway, great card. We'll see you on some more videos. Okay, North Node in Sagittarius. This is going to be your card for the nodal shift going from Taurus to Aries. Okay, you got the Eight of Cups reversed. What I'm seeing for you is I'm seeing that we're looking at movement for you, okay? And there could have been physical movement in your lifetime the last 18 months, but what I'm really seeing is movement emotionally from one place to another. And but what I'm feeling like is I'm feeling like with this reversed Eight of Cups, it's focusing you in on um, kind of like some emotional confusion that has been going on the last 18 months, and you're stopping. It's almost like I feel like when I see this card, your emotional energy may have been scattered in a lot of ways, like not knowing where to place your thoughts and emotions. And I feel like what's happening with this nodal shift is it's helping you to kind of focus in uh, and moving emotionally and mentally toward a more focused point, okay? And learning about like what your beliefs are and who you are and what it is you want out of life. And so I just see this like focusing energy, things becoming more clear. And this North Node in Aries is really helping this to happen because it is about, you know, not only extreme focus, but it's about keeping things like very clear and truthful. And that's where you see, not only is Aries a fire sign like Sagittarius, but it also is a sign that regards the truth as important. Like, just give me the truth. Like, I want to know. And that's what you're learning to do is you're learning to find your truth and focus in emotionally and mentally on your truth. And so that is what is going to be happening. And if you are watching this and you have your North Node in, Sag or the ninth house, just remember that if you've gone through a lot of confusion in your life, kind of scattered energy, scattered emotional energy and mental energy, just remember this is a time for you. Start focusing in. You're finding out who you are at a core level. That's what this is all about. And I think this energy is really gonna help you do that. So yeah, exciting time the next 18 months. So enjoy that and thanks for watching. Okay, North Node in Capricorn or the 10th house. This is going to be your card for the nodal shift going into Aries, and South Node in Libra. This is going to be your personal card. Okay, we've got the Ace of Wands here. This definitely is about courage for you, okay? With your North Node in Capricorn or the 10th house, you're leaving that comfort zone of Cancer or the 4th house, okay? You're leaving this comfort zone in order to, and I've said this before in videos, the energy of Capricorn North Node and South Node in Cancer is like the baby bird, like getting kicked out of the nest or learning how to fly, or any sort of like baby animal, like learning and going out into the world. And that takes a tremendous amount of courage, And I feel like with this North Node, this is helping you to open you up to being courageous in your life. And that's what this is. It's like this is an energy of creativity. It's an energy of courage, of an inner fire. The Ace of Wands is like an inner fire. And I feel like for a lot of you, you're going to pick up on this energy of the North Node in Aries. And you're going to start to be more courageous and say, yeah, you know what? I can, get the career I want. I can make changes in my life. I can do all the things that I dream about doing. And this may involve like having the courage to like step out and go from one situation in your life to another. But it's all about having that kind of this sparking this inner fire and inner courage. And so I feel like a lot of you are going to start to feel like that. So take this energy and that's in the North Node for the next 18 months in Aries, and really like kind of feed it into your life and think of ways where you can be more courageous and kind of face your fears and you know walk out into life and into the unknown. And because when you do that, okay, you're going to find that things are going to really start to open up for you. Because remember, there's magic in the North Node. Following your North Node by sign and house, there's always magic there. You get help and assistance from the universe. All right, so go out there, be courageous, and go for everything that your North Node is in Capricorn of the 10th house. Thanks for watching. Okay, North Node in Aquarius. This is going to be your personal card for the next 18 months for the shifting of the nodes into Aries. Okay, we got the Knight of Pentacles. Okay, interesting. So when I see this card, what I'm seeing is I'm seeing getting solid with who you are in your life. What I mean by that is this is definitely, all the knights are cards of movement, but the least amount of movement on all of the knight cards is the Knight of Pentacles. And it's about what's happening right now with this nodal shift for you North nodes in Aquarius or the 11th house. Is I feel like it's like helping you to stop kind of where you might be going in the negative aspects of your life, kind of stop that, reevaluate it, like pause before you go on to the next step. It's almost like what I'm getting with this, and you can even see like the pentacle. It's like a stepping stone, if that makes sense. Like if you're going down, like let's say a path across a stream or a river, and there's stepping stones. You take one step and you evaluate where you're at, and you take another one, and you can move faster on some than others. Others you have to kind of maybe, test them out. But I feel with a lot of you, what's helping you is you've gone through so much movement in your lifetime, like really going down like different paths of where I want to go in my life, and paths of putting out your creativity into the world. And what's happening now is that this is going to be a period for you. It's like taking a deep breath and seeing where you're at, because one of the things that Aries brings with this North Node in Aries, it's about the self, and it's about focus on the self as opposed to others or other situations. So it's about focus on the self. And what's happening, this Aries energy is allowing you to say, okay, I'm going to take some deep breaths. Let me stop focusing on all of these, roads I went down my whole life. Let me see where I'm at. I'm going to pause for a moment and then take the appropriate action. So it's really funny because, when you think of Aries, you think of like action, right? And this card is a card of pause. But remember, your south node in Leo, or the 5th house, okay, ruled by Mars, ruled by the sun, is a fire sign, and we're going into another fire sign in the north node, which is Aries, ruled by Mars. Okay, and so it's funny because this is an example of when inaction is actually an action. That's very, very important. To kind of illustrate that, it's like, let's say, you've got a chess match going on. If you've ever watched a chess match, and they sometimes are moving very quickly, but sometimes, the player will, after the other person moves, they'll stop and they'll look at the board. And what they're doing is they're pausing so they can see what's going on. Okay. And they don't want to make the wrong move. That's what I am seeing here, is that, like, this pausing is helping you to find your direction in life. Okay. So yeah, very, very powerful, and interesting. So thanks for watching. We'll see you again. Okay, Pisces North Node, or North Node in the 12th house. This is going to be your personal card for some of the energies that could be occurring during this nodal shift into Aries Libra. Okay, you've got the reversed 10 of Wands here. Really interesting. What I'm seeing here is I'm seeing a lifting of burdens, and in particular, like self-made burdens or limitations, like burdens and limitations that maybe you've put on yourself, either mentally, emotionally, or even like physically. Okay, and I'm seeing like a lifting of that. And the reason that that's going to happen is because of this North Node in Aries. It's getting you to really have the courage to, like, look at yourself in like a higher perspective, and to help you have the courage to, like, widen your perspective, but in particular to have the courage to lift some of the self-imposed limitations and burdens that you may have placed on yourself, like, you know am I good enough? Does what I have to offer to the world, will they like it? Will I be able to do this, or be successful? Like, all of these, kind of like an overthinking, which comes from your south node in Virgo, or the 6th house. And so it's like a lifting of that, and the energy of Aries is going to be able to, like, kind of permeate in you and hit you in good positive ways, like help that creativity and that inner fire, and having the courage to step out into the unknown and to trust. Is basically, it's about trust in yourself and trust in the universe. Okay, and when you lift those burdens and open up that focus, you're gonna be able to learn to, like I said, not only open yourself up to the universe, but have the ability to open up the gifts inside you more. Because when the hyper focus is kind of nitpicking inside yourself and in your brain, where when you release that, you're releasing that energy, and that energy can go now to heighten your creativity, because there's so much energy that may have been, like, hyper focused inside you, inside your mind, okay, in your life. And when you open that up, that's like a freeing of the energy. So it's unburdening, and it's kind of lifting that whole thing. So yeah, really, really positive time for you North Nodes in Pisces, or the 12th house. Go with that energy, and really think about ways you can unburden yourself and free yourself from, like, self-imposed limitations. So, great card. Go make it a great next 18 months. Thank you for watching.